Alright, in the bottom playing Sedge in the red, we've got Zested up against Mr.Cat playing Zawan up in the top in the purple or pink, one of those two. I can never tell.
I mean, doesn't matter.
It really
I'd
doesn't.
say purple though.
You can only tell when both of them are being played at the same time. I think that's the main thing. But anyway, we're just seeing pretty standard opening here. This is oh.
Ooh.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
no. As I say that, commentator's curse immediately kicks in.
And that's an error.
Yeah, I was actually teaching someone this map in the opening, what, like 2 or 3 days ago? And they went for this specific opening with the sword, capturing that village on the side, and within like 2 turns they realized why that is like such a mistake. And yeah, Zested not gonna grab that lumber mill. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, and this looks small, but it's so much bigger than you'd expect.
Yeah, and I guess to put it in simple terms, it's all about the branching paths that you have open to you. So that sword going down to harass that village then has like a ton of options. It forces the opponent to make a bunch of choices. And actually, okay, so Zested has like an okay follow-up to what they're doing. That
Grabbed
said,
both mills, but like he won't be able to grab the corner villages on his side. It's weird. It'll lead into a weird game state we don't see often.
yeah, Mr.Cat, yeah, they're gonna yoink that corner village. Yeah, the sword can't do anything about it, so I guess Sedge, yeah, he's just gonna back up, knock that village down, and okay, this is actually not the worst. Zested has both lumber mills, so maybe Zested has figured out something that we haven't seen before.
I mean, you can do the same and also grab the other lumber mill faster. I think Mr.Cat should have hit it with CO immediately instead of hitting the sword. But both players will clean up eventually. Picks up a unit kill instead of the lumber mill flip.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that.
It's unclear for me. I still haven't really built so many like heuristics about how much exactly does it matter to flip the lumber mill 1 turn faster or something. Usually it's very important, but like so are unit kills.
Oh, we're seeing some stuff backing this up. So Knight's gonna back this up along with Air Troopers. So it's actually Zested's, you know, for as much as I was critical of the opening, I think it's actually working out okay. Things are gonna go down. The village is gonna get captured.
He's gonna lose a few units.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of the big thing. Like, the unit count is gonna start favoring Mr.Cat, but
is that sword dead too? It's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of kills.
yeah, we see the Knight lining up the crit on the lumber mill.
But I think Zested is like up money quite clearly at this point, right?
Yeah, although I guess these villages getting flipped by this sword in the bottom right helped quite a bit for Mr.Cat, so... And Mr.Cat
Yeah.
held both of the center villages. So,
Just for a turn, but yeah, it's unclear. It's very unclear.
yeah,
The
very
situation.
close anyway.
But the unit count situation should clearly favor Mr.Cat, and this should start to matter right about now, when the armies are gonna start fighting. He's gonna have a few more units,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
it might snowball.
there's enough defending the stronghold to keep it alive, and then you look on the left-hand side and it's like 6 or 7 units against like 2.
Yeah, you can't just lose all your swords early. I mean, in some maps you can because slowing the CO down matters so much, but looks like it's not one of those maps.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of unit count, Zawan's almost got tier 2, so that's going to be 5 more.
Yeah, and you don't really want this to happen. You don't want Zawan on your HQ with like plus 10 unit count with the vines and like all his damage. And your Sedge, he'd have a fake groove until tier 2, in my opinion. I mean, it's not like that bad, but I don't like Sedge tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but I guess it has the big weakness of it prevents you from building more groove as well.
It just feels like kind of impotent. Kind of like the other shows, like online fully by the time you have tier 1 or close to fully. And you still have just as much to really be able to fight other strong shows, of course. Compared to weaker shows, yeah, it's fine. But like Zawan gets 5 blockers and a bunch of mass damage. And that's a pretty decent attack, right?
Yeah, it's an okay attack. There's a lot of air here and only one mage, so you're gonna, it's basically just gonna like overwhelm this force here. That said, Zawan's gonna have tier 2, and that's gonna be able to hit all those air units, even if the mage won't be able to clear everything itself. Here we go.
And you're forced to play into it because it's right into your HQ. So these vines, if they don't get killed immediately, they're gonna do even more damage next turn. And I don't think you can kill them immediately. And if you do, then you don't hit the Zawan's army. It's really weird to play this.
Oh, can Zested actually meta defense? I mean, Sedge, building a decent chunk of groove, but sort of out of position right now. Okay, Wagon's gonna bring them in for the defense, but there's a lot here that will just take damage from vine shuffling. Oh, I don't actually know how I feel about that. The spear just moved and didn't attack the vine. I feel like it could have cleared one. Yeah, it just didn't hit.
Yeah, probably a misclick. Oh, and that that hurts now.
Yeah, just that little bit of extra damage from the one vine is, yeah, that's pretty significant.
You don't want to take those if you can avoid it. Ooh, the archer gets tagged. I mean, the Harpy was out of position. It'll die for it, but whatever, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't doing anything special.
And I guess, like, archers are extremely good against Greenfinger because you're able to, like, pick off units that are behind the vines, you're able to chip the vines so other things can kill them. But
Yeah.
weakening the archer is really nice. It's like, especially when you've got a lead. Like, normally that's a terrible trade, but in this situation it's actually pretty good.
I'm also thinking that Mr.Cat made the strategical choice, right? The game is gonna get decided now that Harp is out of position, so let's do some damage to the archer, because the Harp is never getting in the fight, the archer is, so it's more important for now, even if it's a bad trade money-wise, like for later. Like
Yeah.
what matters is now the game is getting decided immediately, probably.
Oh, and yeah, he actually has to win pretty soon because Sedge is about to have tier 2 online. And that is going to make a huge difference in a situation like this.
Yeah. If someone gets pushed back and Sedge gets to farm tier 2, he's just gonna win anyway, so the bad Harpy trade won't matter. Wait, did the Harpy leave? Or is that another Harpy? No, it's another Harpy. Didn't pay attention for a moment there. There's no way.
Lots and lots of mage heals this turn.
Oh, is that a little on the HQ?
It's very close.
Oh wait, I think that's a night crit.
Oh yeah, there's a night crit from Wraparound. Yep.
It wasn't
Oh.
full HP, but it was enough.
Yeah.
I mean, great game by Mr.Cat. He controlled a lot of the fight with his extra units from the moment the fight started, and was able to get the HQ kill.
Yeah, that was just really well played. I think, yeah, that opening from Zested, typically you just don't capture that side village right away. You send the sword up to get the lumber mill, you do some harass. And in Zested's case, they've sacrificed, what, 3 or 4 units attacking up on that top left? And that really just didn't pay off.
Yeah, and sometimes this is like what happens when you pick Sedge. Sometimes the game ends before you get to play Sedge. Other times you survive and you kill everything, but this wasn't one of those times, and Mr. Cat will take a huge upset set 2-0 versus Zested. Nobody expected this, but well, it happened.
Yeah, I mean Zested, and that's no slight against Mr. Cat. It's just Zested has been in like multiple top 8s before for Groove of War. And Mr. Cat is typically someone who will do like, reasonably well, but never make it like deep in a tournament. So this is really cool to see. Like, it makes me really happy to see like players who you might not have considered as like someone who would be like going deeper into the tournament and going up against like really good players like Zested, but
and every set we've seen so far was an upset, right?
there has been a bunch of upsets. This is true. So
Like it was Derek versus Starzin is very close, but I'd say Starzin is slightly stronger. Derek won, so that's one upset. Minor upset, but like still an upset. And what else was it?
Sparky did really well.
Yeah, who did he beat? The Inferno?
Yes.
Yes. So Sparky is a super new player, and the Inferno hasn't played much recently, but he's a veteran, right?
Yeah, he's been around for years, so
Yeah. So that's another upset.
yeah.
Like every set. These aren't the sets we've done, right? 3 sets.
Yeah.
3 sets, 3 upsets.
So with that in mind, I guess let's go see if there's been more upsets.